Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Whiskey Overload back at you with another video. And today it's a little bit different. I am taking a step away from gaming content, and we're just gonna do an album review of a music album. I'm joined here with my good buddy Panzerweeb, aka Matt, and
Hello.
then my good buddy Noah.
Hello.
All right, so boys, today we are going to be reviewing the fairly new Soul album that Peyton Parrish released within the last 6 months.
What do you mean? It came out this year, so literally within the last month.
That's true. That is true. I'm just saying within the last 6 months because I don't remember exactly when it came out.
That's fine.
But yeah, so just getting y'all's reactions to it, all that kind of stuff. Because why not? You know, it's gonna be a fun time.
Why not?
So starting off, the songs on the album, you kick it off with a song called Poetry Glass, which I don't know about y'all, but that song, at least to me, goes really hard. Is it playing with the bot right now? I'm sure it is. But oh no, that's not the one that's playing. But which ones have played through the bot actually?
I think the bot's done like 3 or 4 songs at this point.
Yeah, so the bot we were listening to it. We start out with Fallen Angel. That one goes really hard. Like that one might be my favorite one on the album. What did y'all think of it? That was the first one we listened to.
I mean, we were kind of talking over it, but
That's true.
I mean, it sounded all right.
So I've listened to the full album. I want you to think which song out of the album did I like the most?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
I'll give you 3 attempts.
Refuse it all.
Refuse it all? Close, but not it.
All right, then
Close one.
kaboom.
Nope.
You
I'm gonna
definitely
keep
like
it a
Fallen
buck.
Angel.
I have no idea what your tasted music
Fallen
is.
Angel.
I'm literally just
Fallen Angel.
I was literally just looking at the songs in the album, going, "All right, I got 3 opportunities here. 8 songs,
Oh yeah.
shotgun.
Definitely.
Maybe one of them will hit."
Yeah. But yeah, so for me, like Noah,
Fallen Angel was
Fallen
alright
Angel,
when you played it.
my favorite one. Poetry Glass hits very hard as well. It goes not hits very hard, it goes really hard.
Yeah, it starts off pretty strong.
Oh yeah.
I actually kind of liked that. Those are my favorite type of intros to songs, where it
It
starts
just
off
builds
nice
up and then it goes heavy.
and then it just drops into the metal.
Oh yeah. That like going into that intro, it's just
It's a nice orchestral intro. It sounds very elegant. It's very nicely done. And then it just drops it with that guitar, and the guitar sounds like it's tuned down from standard tuning.
and you
Could
know the
be
funny
wrong,
thing?
since I'm not actually a technical guitar player.
You know the funny thing? If you look at the lyrics, Poetry Glass is a love song.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So
the music
it's like
video, it really shows because
it's a
there's
heavy
lot
metal love song, and it's awesome.
Those are honestly the best love songs. Unless
yeah.
it's Whitney Houston or
Well-
Celine Dion.
The thing I didn't like, it's like Poetry Glass is good. I'm a guy who likes it a bit more harder in a sense. So like throwing in some
Oh, you like it harder?
like drops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Or
I mean
some breakdown.
the
Things
whole
like that.
album goes really hard. There are 2 covers on the album. So I'm Still Here is a cover that he did from the movie Treasure Planet.
That was good.
And then Kaboom is a song from Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh, I didn't even know that I'm Still Here was because we didn't make it that far down the album.
No, we haven't made it that far yet. It's it's
Oh,
playing.
add to queue. I need to hear this song.
It's in the queue.
Treasure Planet is a goated movie.
It is such a goated movie. But yeah, so for those of you who don't know who Peyton Parrish is, he's I wouldn't call him a small musician at this point because he's made it a big name of himself now.
No,
but he's definitely
people in the metal and music community generally know who he is.
But
Yeah,
he's still
millions of
he's
views
still
on
smaller. Like,
I mean, he's not Ozzy, but
right, he plays small venues when he does tour, which this year
honestly,
is his
I
second
appreciate
tour.
That.
This year's his second tour, and he's going through Europe right now. He's actually,
yeah,
I think,
at the time
Germany.
of recording. Yeah, I think at the time of recording, at least according to Spotify, he has a show coming up in Leipzig.
Yes. And I mean, I went to his concert back in August of 2023, and I had a blast. I loved it. Granted, I got to sit like front row, or not sit. I got to stand in the pit front row. So
yeah,
that was awesome. I loved it. Yeah. So anyway, he does. It's hard to explain what he does because he's jumped around into a couple of different genres. Like he's done a country sound, like that was his earliest music. And then he gained popularity. He had like a couple of country songs. It's weird. They sound good, but it's weird. Considering that I discovered him when I came across him when he was doing Viking metal, which is where he really started to kick off and gain popularity. And from there, it's just skyrocketed because he's done metal covers of Disney songs. You know, he has one full album that's just metal Disney. He has a full Vikings album. You know, Soul is only his third full album, which is insane to me because he's already got millions upon millions of viewers and followers, but he only has 3 albums.
That's the beauty of technology nowadays.
And he gained that following before he even started producing these full albums. He would produce these covers. He'd show them on YouTube, on
I was about
Instagram.
To say, like that's the joy of social media is that you can get a following of like 1 million or so people without ever publishing a single song.
Yeah, and the best.
Although I guess technically covering the song and then posting the video of it to YouTube is technically publishing.
Yeah, but I'm saying like before he published a full scale album.
Yeah, you're not like going into a studio and recording a full album, signing a record label, and all that stuff. Like the traditional sense of the term publishing music.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
I mean,
the good thing about the internet is that one, it's worldwide.
Yeah, you can just instantly reach a larger audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It spreads
overnight.
So I think that is really at advantage in the music industry now, even though I feel like the music industry doesn't like that much because they would rather get money to spread.
Exactly. Yeah, well, the record labels certainly don't like it, but I feel like the music industry should take advantage of that because it's like, hold on, now you have this large network, this large, pool of people on the internet making videos of them singing songs and stuff like that. So you can go and you can find that guy on YouTube who only has, 5 subscribers, 6 subscribers. And he's got tremendous he's got tremendous musical talent. And, you can pitch that guy a deal.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the great thing. It's like the other thing too is like if you're wanting to make it as a musician, you don't even need to like find a studio. You can buy the tools in order to make an in-home studio, and it works. It works.
If I recall correctly, I think the Beatles like recorded some of their first songs like in John Lennon's house.
Well, not only that, like
Like, I think Paul McCartney, some of the lyrics were recorded in John Lennon's bathroom because the acoustics in there were good or something like that.
I think you're right there, but the other thing too, though, is like,
fan.
It's like a lot, like, if you think about it, garage bands were a big thing in like the 80s and stuff, and so like these bunch of guys would learn how to, or would start making music in their garages. And then some person would be walking down the street and hear them, and it's like, oh, I like that sound. Let's make them bigger,
Mm-hmm. And they would start like gathering a crowd around their garage, and they would have like a little impromptu concert right there.
But like, all this goes to show, like, if you're in the music industry, like, you don't need a humongous studio to make it. Even like, you don't need a humongous studio to make it big. You don't need a huge record label to make it big. You just need an in-home studio and a basic following.
Yeah, you need like just some basic recording equipment.
It all starts with
a
one
platform to put shit on.
Exactly. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter. All these places are great sources for you to get your music out there, get whatever out there. And this is coming from somebody who's not in the music industry, but I know people within the music industry.
Oh, yeah. I think it's safe to say nobody in this podcast has any formal experience in the music industry whatsoever.
But we all love music. I mean, it's part of our everyday lives. I mean, I don't know about you, but I sit in class listening to music in my earbuds all the time. Is that a great student thing of me to do? Probably not. But it helps my brain to centralize focus.
Then it is a good student thing to do. At least I think.
Exactly. Because otherwise my brain gets distracted and wanders off. But if I'm listening to music,
it's either scratch the ADHD with funny music sounds, or scratch the ADHD by sitting there and looking at TikToks all class long and learning nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
honestly, I feel that.
I mean, I sit there with one headphone in and in my other ear is like attuned.
Oh, I do that
focused
all
on
the
the teacher. And I sit there and I'm like, I'm comprehending. I mean, one of the classes I do this in, I just got a 100 on the test yesterday. I took the test yesterday, and I sit in this class and listen to music, and I got a 100 on the exam yesterday. So,
nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great anyway. But it's like music.
That's on topic.
But we all love music, and I think coming from a non-inside the music industry kind of group of people, this makes it really nice and easy for us to talk about, because we're just talking about it from a fan's perspective. And, I know I've exposed y'all to some Peyton Parrish in the past, and I do it quite a bit, actually. But, like, y'all don't really listen to it a lot outside of when I'm hanging out with y'all. And,
I mean, I listen to some Peyton Parrish outside of hanging out with you.
Right. I know you do, but
Valhalla Calling is obviously a go-to. Originally done by Miracle of Sound. But Peyton Parrish has a good cover of it, and both of them have done collaborations of the song that sound phenomenal. All versions of the song that I've listened to have sounded amazing. But it's really hard to make that song sound bad, but there's also a lot of drama with that song that we don't need to get into.
Nope, we don't need to get into it right now, because not all the information is out there.
And quite frankly, if I'm being entirely honest,
it's not our business.
It is not our business. It is none of our business.
It's none of our business.
That's true.
It's between two grown men, so. Anyway, but the Soul album, like, Poetry Glass, kicks it off with a banger, It's such a beautiful song. Goes hard, it goes heavy. Fallen Angel, the next song, it's a beautiful song as well. Also goes pretty hard.
I definitely like the lyrics to Fallen Angel a lot.
The lyrics for Fallen Angel, like, if you look at it from a lyrical standpoint, it's so fantastic. I mean, it's like the chorus, it's like, let me fall, the devil's got a grip on me. let me crawl until my savior sets me free, until my savior sets me free. Like, that's a great, like, that gives me chills right there. You know?
Gets my blood pumping, honestly.
Exactly. It gets the blood pumping. It gives
Are we
me
going to get into the
chills.
philosophical side of that? I feel like that's like the kind of lyric that an English teacher in high school would like get an erection over.
Yeah, I mean, another one of his other songs, which is actually the more chill one, because and some metal bands and all that, they in their albums they do have some nice, just easy, soft metal. Metal doesn't have to be hard.
No, it doesn't have to be
Wow.
hard, screaming, guttural sounds 24/7 like a lot of people think it is.
I mean, heck,
yeah.
If you look at Disturbed's Sound of Silence,
that's a proper metal song.
It's a proper metal song, and it goes hard, but it's softer.
Yeah, you can still have nice, smooth lyrics. I mean, just about every song Sabaton does. You can hear what they're saying. It's not like this screaming all the time.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Peyton Parrish has those moments where he does scream into the microphone, but for the most part, like even during those moments, you can still tell what he's saying, what he's singing.
It's not just loud, angry noise.
Right. It's not just. Yeah, exactly. It's not just screaming into a microphone for the sake of screaming into a microphone.
Yeah, it's not just screaming for 4 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And the great thing about Peyton Parrish that I like with his music a lot is he'll go onto YouTube, onto TikTok Live, and he'll ask his fans, hey, does this sound better or does this sound better? In the middle of a song-making process.
That's pretty good to actually have that
he wants
communication with the fan base.
Yeah, because he wants to give the fans what they want. So, take advantage of the fact that you grew up, you as an artist anyway, you grew up on social media. So take advantage of that and give your fans what they want.
Ask the fans
something that I feel like a lot of big companies nowadays need to fucking learn.
Oh yeah, no kidding, Disney.
Well,
I mean, what?
I also feel like, but in a way, it's also a double-edged sword if you think about it, because there was Five Finger Death Punch. They made a song that was more techno based, like electric, and they got a lot of crap. So then they made another song that was literally called that. It was practically just bashing their own fan base, saying that it was like, don't lock me into one thing I'm at. It's like, why am I not the same just because I make one song that's different from the others?
I don't mind getting experimental with your sound.
Oh no, totally. I mean, some people
pick a lane and stay in it.
I mean, well, the thing is, like, it can get very boring. I mean, we're talking. It's like, if you think about it, if you're in the same category for about 30+ years, or like 20+, that could wear on someone.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just look at the Beatles. They were around for a decade, and if you listen to their first albums versus listening to their final albums, they are completely different songs, completely different sounds.
And don't
There's
get me
no
wrong,
relation other than the people singing it, of course.
And don't get me wrong, sometimes it works. Some artists make it work. Like if you look at Queen as well, Queen experimented with a lot of different.
No two Queen albums sound the same.
And
no two Beatles albums sound the same.
Yeah,
and it
worked for them.
Then you look at a band like Sabaton. Almost every album sounds the same.
Exactly.
But the thing that Sabaton does to keep it fresh, though, is they sing about something different. It's still history, but there's like a different theme.
Yes.
Like where like one album would be about last stands. The next album is about, heroic stories. The next album is about World War I.
Yeah. So
there's different, stories being told.
So let me get into one part of the Soul album that I found very intriguing. So the song's called "Stuck in the Dark."
Yes,
it hasn't played yet. It's playing right now, but it's a very acoustic sounding song.
I don't hear it. Oh, that's because I have
just started
bot
playing.
muted.
It just started playing.
Oopsies.
But so it's a remake of, I think it's I think it's Last Night Alive it's like the acoustic version of Last Night Alive, which is in the earlier album. Maybe.
So this is it's a remake or
No,
like an alternate version?
It's not. Hold on.
Or a whole nother. This is new.
Yes, it's a remake of a song from his Viking album. Sorry, I had the wrong song. Is it? Sorry, Master of War. It's the acoustic version of Master of War. Which again, lyrically speaking, the song, like, it's a fantastic song. Like, it's if you look at the, just the chorus alone, it's like, stuck in the dark, suffocating, into my heart, bring me to life. I just can't feel anything anymore. I just feel trapped in my head, stuck in the dark, into my heart. It's like, here's the thing. This is a Viking song. It's like, it's about a Viking warrior, but it's like, but it's just like, if you go into the, Master of War, it goes heavy, it goes hard, but then you hear Stuck in the Dark, and it's the acoustic version, and it just goes so soft, and it goes slower, and it's like, it's like they make you feel two different things. Both different versions make you feel two different things.
No, I think it's more powerful. Sometimes you get more power out of a song, more emotional power out of a song by lowering the voltage, so to speak, on your guitar, lowering the volume of the music itself, and putting a greater emphasis on the lyrics like this does.
Yeah. Because like it takes more time. Impact.
Like, a lot of my favorite songs by metal artists are the slower songs.
Yeah, I definitely listened to a couple of them. One was, is it Falling in Reverse? And they made a couple of songs that
I think I know what you're talking about. It's that one, like, Papa Roach song, right?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite ones. And I'm Not a Vampire.
Falling in Reverse. Didn't they do a Papa Roach cover?
I don't know. But another one that they made was another band, Motionless in White, already had one called Eternally Yours. And they got another singer involved into it too. But it's just so good.
I gotta look up that. I gotta look. I know I have the song, and I'm sure I'm just not articulating it. Right, but it was great.
As that acoustic version wrapped up, though, like, y'all could feel the emotional power coming through. The acoustic version.
Falling in Reverse,
right?
Last Resort. There we go.
Oh, definitely.
That was Honestly, the Last Resort reimagined by Falling in Reverse. That was phenomenal.
Yes, but for this, what's the song called? In the Darkness?
Stuck in the Dark.
Stuck in the Dark. Honestly, I feel like that was more of like an actual story of the singer.
It's an actual story
of his own struggles, which I feel like anyone can relate to it.
Exactly. And that's such the beautiful thing with, metal artists making these acoustic songs. It's like, it can be such a beautiful thing. I mean, Stuck in the Dark was really good. Peyton Parrish did a cover of Go the Distance from the Hercules movie. And then he made a reimagined version of it, which is just piano. the only other instrument besides his voice is a piano.
Ooh,
and it's beautiful.
You're gonna have to put that on tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I can put it on now.
Okay, do that. Put it in the list.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I will say I'm running a little short-ish on time, but like, there's so much I can go with this. Is this it? Yeah.
You're the bigger fan than us, that's for sure.
But like there's so much more I could say on this, and like it's such a, even if you go into his cover, I'm Still Here. I've got it playing on my headphones right now. It's such like that song. Hearing it in Treasure Planet is one thing, but hearing it here, it's like, oh my gosh, this is my childhood right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I loved Treasure Planet as a kid. I loved seeing a space twist on the classic Treasure Island.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. The space glider or the space surfer. I forget what it's called, but
yeah, it's like the wind surfing space thing.
It's a windsurfing in space, and I'm like, that's awesome. I want to do that. But
like,
unfortunately,
don't think too long about how it would work, but
but it would be so cool. It's like that movie goes hard, man. It goes hard.
Yeah. But there's also a lot of meaning to it as well.
Exactly.
The movie itself.
And it's such a good song. I mean, gosh, but again, Peyton Parrish does a great job going from super heavy to super soft. And it works for him. It works, I love it. It's fantastic.
he's got the range in his voice for it.
And here's the thing, when I first heard his voice, I'm like, oh, is this another person, trying to mimic Creed's sound or, like a,
ooh, I like this already.
Nickelback.
I was actually thinking Nickelback as well. I just didn't know if I was like, is Nickelback or I don't know. Yeah, he has a range of emotions where.
But yeah, I mean
the thing, it's very.
There's more emotion to an acoustic version to a piano version, and it's it's powerful. It's awesome.
Yeah, he has a very masculine voice. So
yeah, he does.
I think that'd be the one thing that kind of restrains him from some music covers and things like that.
But he makes the soft versions work so easily. It makes the hard.
I gotta turn this up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean. I feel like that could be a bit of a fault, but other than
this is actually this soft version or him doing "Go the Distance" is what got me into his music. Got me to continue listening to it. But I didn't hear the reimagined version first. I heard his rock cover of it, and it goes really hard. I mean, I'm the type of person to sing in the car, sing in the shower, whatever. It's but I don't care. The music's good. I'm gonna do it.
Uh-huh.
And I will continue to listen to his music day in and day out. The Soul album is just so magical, so special. Cavity is another really good song. Refuse It All, another fantastic song. And I'd love to go deeper into this. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do that right now.
Yeah, we'll set the Cavity doesn't have a lot more views because that was hitting pretty hard on me. I liked it, but I guess because it is more of his oomph one.
Fist into the Air is also another Viking anthem, And
yeah,
I get it. I love it.
Similar.
Yeah,
the Viking anthems.
And I mean, and to those out here who, even if you don't necessarily like metal music or rock music, I'd encourage you to even just give it a listen, because you may find it intriguing. You may even the softer versions of his songs. You might find those to be more up your alley. Don't let an artist slide under the radar just because you don't like the style of music. Give it a listen, give it a try, give it a little taste, and if you don't like it, that's fine. But if you do like it, then you found yourself like something special.
Yeah.
Hey, man. You don't know.
Which
you never tried it. You can't really say anything about it,
Exactly. That's why I say, like, just give it a little taste. Dip your foot in. You don't have to go diving in. Just dip your foot in. Give it a little taste.
Yeah.
It's why, I guess what I say to anybody about listening to any genre, any artist, no matter what the genre is like, for me, I don't like a lot of rap music. I don't like a lot of modern, rap and pop music. But I'm a pretty decent fan of Post Malone. Post Malone's my jam, y'all. But I'm definitely more of a rock and country fan than I am a pop and rap fan. But Post Malone gets me going, It's like you'll find those artists within genres that you don't expect to like, And on the topic of country, we lost a good one, y'all. We lost a good one.
Sorry, I blanked out for a second. Who are we talking about?
We lost a good one this week, y'all. Toby Keith.
Oh yeah.
I was
like,
that's right. You were talking.
We just went from talking about Post Malone to Toby Keith.
Sorry, I was like on the topic of country. It's like we lost a good one. My thoughts and prayers out to his family and everybody who absolutely adored that man, and he was a true American patriot. But anyway, back to the Soul album though. Yeah, it's just the Soul album really is a great representation of his music as a whole. It's got some hard elements, some soft elements, some like that middle ground, but it all comes together in a beautiful, beautiful album. And I mean, as soon as the sale went up, I went ahead and purchased the CD album. And yes, this is a short album, but it is fantastic. I love every second of just listening to this album, and it's I could just go on and on about it, but unfortunately I do need to get going here. Thank y'all for listening so much to my mini rant. Is there anything else y'all want to say about the Soul album before we call it a day?
Give it a listen.
Yeah, I was honestly here to listen. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
good listen.
Oh yeah, it's a good album. If y'all like that though, go listen to his Scalds of Metal album, or even his The Most Magical Album on Earth, or even The Rise of Vikinger, which was his first Viking album. The Scalds of Metal released the day that Jonathan and I were going to the Peyton Parrish concert in August.
Oh, nice.
They released that day, which was awesome. I loved it. My personal favorite song of Peyton Parrish's probably stands at either Raven or, honestly, his cover of Go the Distance Reimagined. But, Fallen Angel is slowly growing on me. Actually, not slowly, it's rapidly growing on me.
Yeah, no, Fallen Angel is a good one. I already put it on one of my playlists.
It's beautiful. Lyrically and just overall. But anyway, that's all the time I have for today. Thank y'all so much for listening. This has been Whiskey Overload. Joined here with my buddy Matt.
Hello.
And Noah.
That's it.
All right. Appreciate y'all.